So let's talk about a busy puzzle. So I actually forgot to film the beginning of this one, but what this is it is the Dowdle Costco puzzle. So this was sold at Costco. It's from Dowdle, meaning it has some pretty unusually shaped pieces, and it shows a scene at Costco on a busy Saturday. So if you have ever been to Costco on a busy Saturday, you know how busy it is. That is represented very well by the puzzle. So what I started doing was trying to build the border for a couple reasons. One, I didn't actually have a good sense of how big the puzzle was and how much space I would need on my table. You're seeing me take a lot of breaks, not pictured in the frame, is the cat in the background who is demanding pets. Pets and treats. And so this is moving pretty slowly as I'm, getting a little distracted, but also it's a very busy puzzle. And so one of the challenges that I'm having is while there are distinct groupings, there are often only a couple pieces. So, right, like you could see, for example, oh, this is the giant teddy bear. But there might be 3 giant teddy bear pieces, and there would be, on the image, there would be someone pushing a giant teddy bear in a cart, plus some giant teddy bears up in the corner. So my cat has now gone outside. My speed is picking up dramatically as a result. So I decided to do the border first, just so that I kind of knew better what I was working with, space-wise and image-wise. The challenge was, because these are random cut pieces, it took me a lot longer to do the border than it normally does. So, it's not, the time is not showing on the video, but, I'm more than an hour and a half in, and I have just gotten this border in. I then started to do whatever I could see in terms of bigger chunks. So that is that hot dog sign down in the lower right-hand corner and some TVs in the lower left-hand corner. It was really slow because I really struggled to convert what I saw on a piece in terms of a pattern to what it actually was in the Costco image. It was fun though, because one of the cool things about this puzzle is there are lots of almost Costco inside jokes if you know where to look. So, for starters, the giant Costco teddy bear showed up. You had lots of people with giant purchases and giant amounts of things. Definitely someone eating the Costco cheap pizza and giant hot dog. And when you looked closely, you noticed that everything was also Kirkland Signature brand. So it was pretty cool in that it felt very much like Costco. It was if you love Costco, the puzzle is a very accurate representation of Costco. If you love busy puzzles, fantastic puzzle. I don't like busy puzzles, so this was not my jam. So what I'm doing now is I'm just building in from the outsides. This is basically, as I'm trying to see, like, oh, all of these look like they might be cans of olive oil or cereal boxes. I'm trying to assemble them and then leaving them kind of in the middle of the puzzle to figure out where to put them. The problem is there are a lot of similar looking patterns. So like there were several types of blue boxes. And so I'm actually having to look pretty closely at the piece to see, is this a cereal box? Is this an olive oil box? What is this? And that is slowing me down quite a bit. I try when I'm speed puzzling not to get into what like all the intricacies of the image are. I want to just sort of see it broadly. Unfortunately, that was not doable with this puzzle, just given, Costco. The other thing that's happening now is you can see it's becoming a sunny day outside, and so I'm getting a little bit of glare on the bottom left. I try to just practice with whatever the light conditions are, because I think in competition, you don't always control your light conditions, and there are some, hotel convention centers and the Millennium Dome at Worlds that don't necessarily have great lighting, and so practicing with different lighting conditions is also helpful, and then it forces you to look both at patterns and colors and shapes. But it does mean sometimes my times are much slower than others. So what's happening here is as I've built out from the edges, I'm starting to see more of those small blobs in the middle. So like, for example, oh, this is the dairy section. Oh, here's all the giant cheese blocks, or here's all the giant teddy bears. I love the giant teddy bears. I have one. And so I am building those blobs and trying to put them in the center of the puzzle about where I think they should go, just leaving them there so that I'm starting to sort of frame things out a little bit more. I came back to this puzzle later, as you can tell. It's the evening, the light has changed, my cat has come back for another visit. So the image is really starting to come together now. One of the problems that I had was I left my iced coffee on the table and there was some condensation. And one thing I've noticed is a lot of puzzle pieces actually will split in half, meaning the bottom pieces will fall off if they're exposed to water. That happened to a couple of the pieces here, which was unfortunate. So, could have been better on that front. At this point in the puzzle, because the puzzle was so busy, I was just kind of placing pieces wherever I could see them. I would have shape sorted for a normal puzzle, but this was random cut enough that I didn't feel like I could do that. I would have probably shape sorted a long time ago on this puzzle had it been a standard cut puzzle, because I found it really frustrating to try to figure out where all the pieces went. I'm not a huge fan of busy puzzles, and Costco. So you can see here, what I'm trying to do strategically is take pieces and then put them back in a little bit of an organized sense when I can't figure out where they go. It's not going perfectly, definitely. Those pieces spread out on the left are my, I hope I can figure out where these are pieces. And we're starting to get a little bit more filled in now on this puzzle. If I had shape sorted, I would actually be using my left hand here to hold the pieces so I could see them as I tried to place, but no luck. And there we are. Puzzle is very accurate to what it's like to go to Costco on a Saturday, but it was also a very busy puzzle. I can't say that it was one of my favorites to do. Cool art, lots of inside jokes, very busy.